Friends, we are at the fag end of 2023. No doubt. When it comes to investing, there have been few hits, few misses. But as we head into 2024, we need to be more sure about our strategy and our plan for investing and execution. So let's talk about that in today's video. But before that, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Friends, when it comes to investing, our starting point should be what are our goals, what are our asset allocation going to be, and what is my risk tolerance. We have discussed about that in previous video. Let's now focus on, I know my goals, I know my asset allocation, which could be 70% into growth side and 30% in the safety side, growth and safety bucket. But this is known as a strategic asset allocation, a broad level asset allocation. One step down, we can have a tactical asset allocation as well in our portfolio, depending upon the market cycles and where could be those extra earning opportunities in the market. Let's first focus on the safety bucket. Safer avenues, जहाँ पे आप fixed return बना सकते हो, something like your postal saving schemes, PPF, debt mutual funds, where the opportunity lies. Let's focus on that to begin with. For that, what we have to do is we have to look back in last couple of days what has been the series of events. Last कुछ दिनों में global markets, domestic markets में हुआ क्या है? RBI policy meet, which was a non-event. There is no change in stance. There is no change in policy rates from RBI. But immediately after that, there was US Federal Reserve policy outcome, and there was a major positive hint from US Federal Reserve. They haven't changed their interest rates. Interest rates में कुछ changes नहीं किए उन्होंने, but what they have hinted at is next year 2024 they may cut rates by 75 basis points or 0.75%. Which could be a huge trigger for entire world economy. Reacting to that positive outcome from Federal Reserve meeting, stock markets across the globe has already rallied what we have seen. But what does it signify in coming days? What analysts and experts back home in India are expecting is RBI, Reserve Bank of India, may go for rate cuts in next 6 to 9 months. Now, in 6 to 9 months में जब rate cut का cycle शायद इंडिया में चालू होगा, what could be the impact? जैसे ही interest rates कम होंगे दोस्तों, bonds के prices बढ़ेंगे. Interest rates and bond prices have inverse relationship. एक ऊपर जाएगा तो दूसरा नीचे आएगा and vice versa. So अगर interest rates कम होने वाले हैं, bonds के prices बढ़ सकते हैं. What does it mean is जो आपके डेट म्यूचुअल फंड्स है वहां पे आपको कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन या कैपिटल गेन का अच्छा मौका बन सकता है. लेकिन विद इन डेट सेगमेंट कौन से वाले डेट म्यूचुअल फंड्स में मुझे ये मौका मिल सकता है या पैसा एक्स्ट्रा कमाने का, एक्स्ट्रा इनकम जनरेट करने का मौका बन सकता है, दैट लाइज इन मीडियम टू लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन फंड्स. जितना ड्यूरेशन ज्यादा टिल मैच्योरिटी, उतना इंटरेस्ट रेट सेंसिटिविटी का इफेक्ट भी ज्यादा मिलेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर लेट्स से किसी फंड का ड्यूरेशन इज 5 एंड इंटरेस्ट रेट्स 1% से कम होते हैं, तो उस पर्टिकुलर डेट म्यूचुअल फंड में आपको लगभग 5% का कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन या प्राइस अप्रिसिएशन देखने का मौका मिल सकता है. कीपिंग अदर थिंग्स सिंपल. नाउ, हैविंग सेड दैट, व्हाट शुड बी माय अप्रोच? आवर अप्रोच शुड बी स्टैगर्ड वे ऑफ इन्वेस्टिंग. माने अगले 2 से 3 महीने में आई कैन डू अ स्टैगर्ड एलोकेशन टुवर्ड्स दी डेट सेगमेंट सेफ्टी बकेट. उसमें से भी मेरा स्ट्रेटेजिक एलोकेशन है 30% टुवर्ड्स डेट आउट ऑफ माय टोटल पोर्टफोलियो. विद इन दिस 30% माय टैक्टिकल एसेट एलोकेशन कुड बी 2/3 टुवर्ड्स शॉर्टर ड्यूरेशन फंड्स, जहां पे इंटरेस्ट रेट के बदलाव से ज्यादा वोलेटिलिटी या ज्यादा मोमेंटम ना देखने मिले, लेकिन करंट हायर यील्ड्स का मुझे बेनिफिट मिल सकता है. तो 30% में से मैं क्या करूंगा, 20% शॉर्टर ड्यूरेशन 2 to 5 years के जो फंड्स है उनमें इन्वेस्ट करूंगा, शॉर्टर टर्म मीडियम टर्म पे थोड़ा फोकस रखूंगा एंड रिमेनिंग 10% आई कैन एलोकेट टुवर्ड्स लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन फंड्स जहां पे कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन का अच्छा मौका बन सकता है। एज पर एक्सपर्ट्स नेक्स्ट 12 to 15 months ये लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन फंड्स रफली 10 to 11% का कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन जनरेट कर सकते हैं। बट फ्रेंड्स, बिफोर एग्जीक्यूटिंग दिस पोर्टफोलियो, my request would be understand the products, understand the risk factors, and that is our duty as an informed investors. Friends, let's now talk about the growth bucket. When I say growth bucket, I refer to equity mutual funds, real estate as an investment avenues. Now, 2023 has been fantastic year for equities. The benchmark indices Nifty and Sensex have rallied close to 16% in last 1 year. If I talk about mid and small cap, they have been on amazing run. But आप में से कितने लोगों ने पैसा बनाया और how many of you are consistently making money in stock market? 2024 happens to be the election year. Many world economies are going to vote for change in power in politics in their respective countries, including India. हर 5 साल में इंडिया में इलेक्शन होता है। तो let's pull out last 5 years data. लास्ट 5 साल में आपने कितना रिटर्न बनाया? व्हाट हैज बीन दी कंपाउंडेड एनुअल ग्रोथ रेट और CAGR इन योर इक्विटी पोर्टफोलियो? मुझे कमेंट करके बताइए कमेंट बॉक्स में। सुनाई दे रहा है, बेरा नहीं हूं मैं। सेम क्वेश्चंस आई आस्क्ड few of my colleagues, few of my friends from stock market. Someone who has got 10 years to 35 years of stock market experience. Let's look at their answers. Someone who has got 10 years of experience, 10-12 years of experience in the market, उन्होंने मुझे बताया, तुषार, I am not sure कि कितना CAGR बना होगा क्योंकि मैं इतना कुछ ट्रैक नहीं करता। स्टॉक आया, मैं लेता हूँ, बेचता हूँ, कभी डेरिवेटिव्स ट्रेडिंग करता हूँ, so there has been no track record. It's like aiming without any aim. मुझे पता ही नहीं है कि मेरे इन्वेस्टमेंट्स का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है। Second person who has got 20+ years of stock market experience, उन्होंने मुझे कहा, तुषार, in last 5 years my overall portfolio would be net zero, no appreciation in my invested capital, or there could be slightly negative returns as well. So I was amazed. Someone who has got 20+ years of experience, even he is not earning money from stock market by doing active trading in derivatives, direct stocks, and few mutual funds here and there. Now let's come to the third person who has got 35 years of experience in the stock market, a very senior personality. He has got the mutual funds portfolio and direct stocks portfolio also. He quite often buys direct stocks, generates profits, sometimes losses also, but despite doing all these things, his net CAGR has been gross CAGR, I would say, has been somewhere around 25-26% pre-tax, and post-tax after charges costing taken away, it would be somewhere around 20-21%. Now friends, these data points needs to be compared with something which is available in the market simultaneously. When I'm putting in my time, putting in my efforts, doing research, talking to my friends, looking for tips from Telegram and other channels, I need to compare the data points. The simpler option available would be mutual funds. SIP sahi hai. Let's look at the last 5 years SIP returns from 3 equity mutual fund categories: large cap, mid cap, and small cap. I have selected randomly 3 funds. From large cap category, I have selected Nippon India Large Cap Fund, which has given roughly 24% SIP CAGR in last 5 years. Whereas from mid cap category, I have selected Kotak Emerging Equities Fund, and it has generated 27.5% return in last 5 year SIP. And the third is Axis Small Cap Fund from small cap category, and the return in last 5 year SIP has been 30% plus. Isn't it amazing, friends? What you have to stick to is simplicity. How many of you agree with me? When it comes to investing, you don't have to complicate things. Rather, you need to keep things and proposition quite simple and cost effective. Stick to quality. अच्छे fund select कीजिए. There are many websites nowadays which gives you data points to analyze. What you have to check is fund house pedigree. Who are the fund managers? Are they consistent with their statements when it comes to different market cycles? What is the cost structure of these funds? What is the fund objective? Is it matching with your fund, your overall investing objective or not? And invest, stick to your plan. Don't do jugglery in between. Stick to your plan. Have patience, perseverance and dedication when it comes to your investing portfolio.
Parampara, Pratishtha, Anushasana.
As simple as that. Now within the equity category, अगर आप मुझे बोलोगे what could be my tactical asset allocation, I believe next 1 to 3 years we can focus on BFSI, banking and financial services, and insurance as a category. Within the mutual fund space, it would be a sectoral category. Understand, when it comes to sectoral category, risk factors are slightly higher compared to the broader market because it is focusing only on one category within the equity as a bigger portfolio. Understand that and only then execute, friends. That would be my humble request to you all. Now, if I have to talk about another sector which may do well in coming year or so, would be healthcare pack, but I won't go beyond 5 to 10% of my overall equity as an asset allocation. Please keep that in mind. Now, how should I approach this? If I have a lump sum, I would like to use systematic transfer plan option, STP option, whether it is for debt mutual fund execution or equity mutual fund execution. I can park my lump sum amount in liquid funds and next 2 to 3 months, next 3 to 5 months, I can in a staggered manner invest in my dedicated debt mutual funds and dedicated equity mutual funds. And no doubt, every 3 months, every 6 months, there should be a review and rebalancing in your portfolios. So keep the control, keep the tab in our hand. Now friends, within the equity category, if you ask me what should be my tactical asset allocation, I would say a major chunk of 70% of my equity or growth bucket, I would like to put it into a multi-cap fund जो large cap, mid cap, small cap तीनों categories के companies में invest करता है. I will keep my allocation towards this fund maybe around 70%. Remaining 30% the allocation could be 20% into mid and small cap fund. Again, a systematic investment plan approach, and remaining 10% I would like to have a slightly higher risk for tactical higher return, and I would like to focus on BFSI, banking, financial services and insurance as a category, as a sector, as well as healthcare sector. Again, a sectoral category, therefore not more than 5 to 10% should be my overall allocation within the growth bucket or equity bucket. Within the safety bucket, within the growth bucket, I will select 3-4 funds. I don't want to go beyond that. 4 या 5 से ज्यादा म्यूचुअल फंड स्कीम्स ट्रैक करना या एनालिसिस करना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है दोस्तों. फॉर सिंप्लिसिटी 4 to 5 funds would be enough that I can continue with my regular SIP plan for next 10 years, 15 years depending upon my goal horizons. Friends, hope you like this video, but before concluding this video, I would like to request you all. Investing is very personal. आपके गोल्स क्या है, आपके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या है, आपका एसेट एलोकेशन, रिस्क टॉलरेंस क्या है, इसलिए please consider this video only for education purpose, and please do not consider any of these videos information for advice or executing your personal investment. Because friends, आपके risk factors के मुताबिक जो investment categories होनी चाहिए या जो allocation percentage का होना चाहिए in safety and growth bucket would vary. Therefore, I would request you take expert advice, understand the risk factors, and only then get into investing. Let's conclude here, friends. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, a happy and a prosperous New Year. In 2024, let's execute the investment strategy with discipline and dedication. See you in the next video in 2024. Till then, happy investing and bye-bye.